All right, so this is a quick recap of Randy and my game here on Crime Lord's Palace, because it was worth recording, I guess. So, Randy, you remember whose turn it was at this point? I went first in the round.
We've got 3 and 3. So if you went with one, or we've each got 6 people activated.
Yeah, and I went first, so that means it's my activation right now. So yeah, go ahead and advance it, Brian. Vong, yeah, she's moving up. Yeah, okay, so she has this commander effect that allows her, at the end of her turn, when there's a ghost within 6 of her, the ghost moves adjacent to one of that ghost's living unique allies. So that's what happens right here. It's very handy for getting XR up after creating his Dark Aura of Doom. So, and she's actually not too bad. She actually makes the matchup against Vong not so much of a problem because she can give force immunity or whatever. She can give Vong sense to Tulak, which makes him very good against Vong. But anyway, that was that move. There we go. Right now we're just advancing our pieces. It's round 1.
The Nexus went and easy passed Nihilus.
Mm.
To get him away from the presence of the dark side. And then Nihilus went and came up and lost his save to the presence of the dark side. But then he Sith hungered Tulak Horde, taking 30 of his life. And I was going to take 2 of his force. But we had there was a timing issue, and he was able to use his force to lightsaber throw and Sith rage and missed.
Yeah, so the reason the force points and hit points go up and down there like the stock exchange is because we were going back and forth on does it go this way, does it go that way. So in the end, Tulak, who started with 3 force points when he did that, ends up with 0, and Nihilus gained 1 extra from sucking the life and force out of him and took no damage. Actually, he healed back up to 140, which we're going to notice in a minute. Yeah. So I'm just advancing my people. Did identical forces swap there. To prepare the agent, I'm thinking the agent can either go up over the top and shoot down into the room next round, or depending how things go, perhaps that would be a little bit crazy. Get swapped up into the door close to the Nexus, into that area there, to shoot into that room. So I'm just setting up. I don't want Treya to be able to walk through the wall and smack me, so I'm trying to keep him a little bit hard to reach at this point.
Tulak could not gain force because he was standing within 6 squares of Nihilus.
Yep.
So
yeah. So here my thinking process was a little bit difficult. Like, okay, I can't really get far enough from him, so I was thinking I made a mistake here. What I should have gone through the door to the right and then just past those stairs. That would have brought me 7 away, but I miscounted. So that was stupid by me. So instead, I ended up going up toward that middle hallway there, which led to trouble later on, as you'll see. But anyway, I made an attack against Nihilus, missed like a stormtrooper, and then moved away, and Nihilus hit me. But I figured, hey, I'm safe with Racer Style Mastery, right? No problem. Missed. Rerolled. Missed. Rerolled. Missed. Those rerolls were from the Nexus. Yeah, see there, at first I'm counting to go up through the door there. I should have gone that way. I miscounted, though. And instead I ended up going this way, which is far enough away from Nihilus that I can gain force. As you'll see, I do in a minute, but it's not enough.
Magneto taught me that in chess, the pawns go first.
Yes, they do.
So I moved some pawns around, and then I ran Treya up close to. I ran the whole 12 squares. Ended close to the Nexus. Failed the save. Lost a force. Went to reroll, which I probably shouldn't have done. Still failed it. Lost a force. Took 10 damage. And then I used 2 force off of Treya to life drain Tulak for 20, and then I used 2 off of the Nexus to life drain him for another 20.
And at this point, I realized, well, it was a fun tournament. Because at this point, he's kind of host. I did. What did I? Oh yeah, I did. I moved him with easy path with the Nexus. I was far enough away from Nihilus that I could gain a force point from the Nexus, and then the Nexus pushed him. But basically, unless I win initiative and run him to safety, and there wasn't a lot of safety anyway, he was kind of hosed. So that's the end of round 1.
I rolled a 24 for initiative to a 5.
Watch my dice, baby. Watch my dice. Anyway, this was a great game for that. So that was Randy's present save, right, Randy?
Yes. I made my presence of the dark side save, which was pretty key. I gained a force 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I Sith Hunger Tulok Horde for 30 damage.
Yep, and I think there's some bouncing around here too, because we had a timing interaction on how that all worked, but basically it worked in the end. So just go ahead and keep clicking through it, Brian. When I took that damage, I figured, hey, I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory. So I teleported up to whack Kreia. It didn't matter because I missed. So here I'm just setting up.
It would have been good if you had rolled a 1 there.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have changed anything.
You would have betrayed, and then you would have got the points, right?
Yeah, that's right. I would have got the points. Yeah. So anyway, I rolled on Kreia.
Tulok did actually hit her.
Yeah. Yeah, Tulok did hit her. Yeah, so it helped a bit. Anyway, so I crit her there, but she made her defense save, so she's fine. And now Randy's just moving up his dudes.
I shouldn't have put Scion there. It was risky, but
yeah. Because here's the thing: if Scion loses force points to the Nexus, then eventually that adds up to less revivals, less resurrections for him, right?
So, 110.
Yeah. So at first I'm thinking, hey, I can drain force from Nihilus, but it's within 2, not within 3. So eventually I realized that, and it's like, oh, that's dumb. So I'll just move closer to Cognizance.
Yeah, I think you would have renewed. You should have renewed, and then you should have gone, you should have gone to here. Oh, you wouldn't have done it. Oh, yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do it. Never mind.
Yeah, it wouldn't go. So then I said, okay, I'll just go closer to Cognis then. It makes no difference. I wanted Cognis and the Ghost close together because it makes for a really suppressive area of for the enemy to approach. It makes it really oppressive. And oops, yeah, the door shut. That happened a few times.
I backed Treya up. Pushed another pawn.
Then I'm setting up to blast that door next round if I wanted to. I wasn't sure I'd want to. It just depended where he would put his people.
I was really hoping that door would open all by itself. But
I know, you wanted to go through it a few times.
and I easy path Nihilus over there, and he made his saves. And that was the end of round 2.
So I won this in it, but here's the thing. I have no one in line of sight. I guess my agent could shoot Nisa. That's a total waste. So I really had nothing to do. Could I? Here's the thing. I could have intuitioned. I could have intuition and gone up to... See, here's actually a play I had in mind, Randy. I wanted to get up next to Nihilus there. Just move intuition, then move up to Nihilus and use Sith spell to activate him. But XR was too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I needed actually 2 activations to make that happen. Right?
Right.
And that might have been worth it. Save 15 for activation. Nihilus is done. So then you still have Treya, but who knows what can happen. But in the end, you ended up coming to me. So it was better for what I wanted, but still it worked out for you. So here we're just spinning people because there's really neither side has a significant option. I blow the door because I don't want to get stuck without an option. Levitate up.
I levitate Nihilus up front, And then I go with him. I take force from Cognos, and then I use my force. I have to spend extra because of the suppression to hunger her, doing 30 to her, and then taking her force. XR is able to then steal one of those force back, but he couldn't gain it.
He couldn't gain it. He could just take it away. Yeah. It's like, if I can't have it, you can't either. So then Kreia goes up and zaps for 20 damage. Woo! And then pulls the ghost close to her with the commander effect. The reason I pulled the ghost was because I didn't want, say, Treya running up and poofing my ghost from existence with some of her own force or something. Put the ghost in a little bit more hard to reach position, because frankly, at this point, it's my most important piece. It's really pathetic.
I move up, I fail the presence of the dark side save, and self-destruct.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I loved it. It was a very smart move. Self-destruct is great when there's a way to kill your own guys. And I said you should blow up that one, but or you should move it to that spot. Anyway, yeah. So he's attacking. I roll well on the first attack. I combine fire on the second, but it's still not enough to hit the second one. At first, I thought it was, and I was mistaken because I'm used to calculating Tulak's commander effect +4/+10 the whole time through. And this is the first game I've actually lost Tulak this early. So anyway, it turns out Nihilus took a total of 30 damage on the double careful Deadeye attacks from my assassin.
And then Cognos hitting.
Yeah.
I positioned Treya. I was going to be able to get some force going at this point. I knew I needed to get her into the battle. They all reminded me I couldn't walk through a door that was closed.
Stupid rules, hey? So I'm just spinning Ugnaught. There's nothing left to do. I just want the Ugnaught there in case I need the door open later. You know.
I'm thinking about going and killing that Ugnaught in case I don't want it later.
I rolled well, but it's not enough. Because Randy has
5
+6 initiative.
From Imperial Triumvirate. So I had a lot of options here. Cognos, Intuitions,
Yeah, I
and
intuitioned away because I wanted to take away your cover for my agent.
I do manage to hit because Nihilus is an incredible duelist.
Yeah,
but the parry ignores the damage. Until this round, where I have to sack my 4-point pawn to reroll. And it was a good thing because he missed both of his parries.
Yep. You never sacrifice the guy who's right beside two of your main pieces. I don't know why.
I've done it before.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, check out those dice, baby. 3, 2, 3. That's how my agent rolls. I was shooting at Treya there because, hey, I have cunning against her, and it's going to be a damage race if I even stay in the fight, so I'm going to need to get as much damage out as possible, and she's the most important piece after Nihilus. But it didn't matter because I missed.
So I levitate Treya up. Treya gains a force, and then she can triple attack Von Grella, who I'm getting a -4 to my attack, even though she has no cover. A 2 and a 1 sure don't do it.
Yeah, I do have Presence of the Dark Side on Cognos, and so it's effectively a 21 defense, even though there's no cover, because the Ghost doesn't provide cover. XR doesn't provide cover there.
The last hit does get through, and then I can still life drain, but I have to spend extra because of the suppression. So I take 20 of Cognos's life.
So
Von Grella.
Sorry, what?
Von Grella gets brave here.
Yeah, well, there's nothing much else to do. I'm figuring I gotta take down Nihilus. You know, I'm not gonna take down Kreia, so here we go and miss. Yep. And then this guy comes out and he has no cover shot on Treya, actually, because the Ghost doesn't provide cover, but it doesn't matter, I missed. You're watching these dice rolls of mine, right? Oh, there's another one. Oh yeah, this guy, he betrayed. Yeah, so this guy took a shot at Kreia, and he betrayed entirely. So, punk. Yeah, I don't like him. My Ugnaught tries to take him out, and he did like that traitor thing in episode 7. Traitor! And he missed.
We go into round 4. And
squad, but with a 1 on initiative. Yep.
you can see the good initiative rolls. So Nihilus goes ahead and life drains Cognis into nothing, which kills XR because he was linked to her.
Yep, that's a 64-point swing right there.
And then I didn't want the agent shooting at anybody else.
Yeah, so that was painful. I wanted to go and whack Nihilus, hopefully get a killing shot on him. That was my last chance. I needed to roll an 18, and what did I roll? We'll see in a second. A 4. So that was that.
Treya throwing her lightsaber around.
Because I had said my Ugnaugh's going to take out your trooper this time, and he said no, he's not. So
Treya killed Von Grella, and then because she's got accurate shot, she could attack the guy in the back. And then one more attack on the agent, which was a miss. But then I can still life drain him.
yep. And at this point, my agent says, "All right, I surrender. I'll join your team to fight against the evil Republic." And that was that. I conceded. So yeah, there we are.
The round that would have put me at 202.
Yeah. Oh, so my concession didn't mean anything. Yep.
Well, you conceded the game was over.
Yeah. I was just recognizing reality, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, even if he kills Nihilus here, Nihilus blows up for 40.
Yeah, I know. I was very aware of that. I just wanted a moral victory, that's all. Because I knew it was basically I knew it was lost when Tulak was down to 40 when you ran Treya up to do that.
Yep.
And even I knew I was in major trouble when you did that Sith hunger and I had no force and I didn't think I could get away. I think I would have done better if I had moved him, if I had not made that mistake moving Tulak up into the hallway. I should have moved him to the right past the door. But even then, you had not exposed any pieces to danger. I was damaged. You were undamaged entirely. Like things were totally in your favor, even if I retreated him the right direction. And he was at, I think, 80 hit points at that point. I think.
I played against Tulak. What was that? I played against Tulak 4 times so far in this tournament. And every time I set up Nihilus within 6 squares of whoever they put next to their nexus. And every time that threw my opponent for a loop. They were having to try and come up with some way to position so that they could get their force renewal or use the nexus. Nerdslayer actually easy path Darth Bane away so that Darth Bane could gain force and come back.
Yeah,
So-
I did that too.
I wonder if I should have done that. That would have helped.
I remember in our game, Randy, though, it wasn't you who set up your Nihilus with 6 of my Bane. I decided to set up my Bane with 6 of your Nihilus. I was that stupid.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Um,
Randy played it very well and has definitely deserved a place in the final. So I'm interested to see how that'll play out. It's superpowered Sith who are really good against Force users against Republic Force users. So I think the matchup favors Randy, but Brian's squad has some pretty neat tricks, so we'll have to see how things roll.
Range 12 for 80 damage seems good. Seems good.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
solid attack bonuses. Yeah, quite good.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations, Randy. Good job making it into the finals, and awesome job, Trevor, as well. This is by no means easy getting up to this point in the to the finals of this event. So probably it is the most competitive event of the year. So yeah, awesome. But like you said, yours is next year, right, Trevor?
Well, we were just talking about that. Yeah, I won it. I win it every 4 years, 2012, 2016, 2020. So I knew I couldn't win it this year. So I figured either you were going to lose to Tim or Randy would beat me. So, it's almost a foregone conclusion. But next year,
Yeah.
baby.
Right. Yeah, next year's yours. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, good job, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. That was a fun recap. And yeah, congratulations to both of you guys.
Cool.
Thank you.